Okay, I'm videotaping this without an assistant, so I'm hoping I got the video camera in the right position for you. We're going to start out with the wrap string psaltery. This is the Celtic knot, Padauk sides. Sometimes the Padauk has black lines or spots in it. And on this one, the back is a more or less a spalted curly maple. But this one is what I have in stock with the wrap strings. We'll start out with G below middle C and work up. New psaltery, no rosin on the strings yet, so the sound will get better as you get some rosin built up on the strings. Now, when we use a wrap string psaltery, we use a black coarser horsehair to help catch and grab the wraps on the wrap string. You want to lift the bow at the end of each stroke so it keeps resonating, and go back and forth. If you don't lift the bow at the end of the stroke, it kills the sound immediately. So you want it to resonate between strokes, between strings. Now I'm going to switch over and we're going to grab the other Padauk psaltery with the Celtic knot. This psaltery is curly maple on the back. Same thing, Padauk on the sides. Some of the black spots I was telling you about. This time, this is a steel string psaltery with white Mongolian horsehair. Same thing, we'll start G below middle C. As light a touch as possible. I am just barely letting the weight of the bow hair touch these upper short tight strings. Sharps and flats on this side. Okay, now I'm going to go to a third psaltery. This is the other Padauk. This one has ambrosia on the back, ambrosia maple with some curls in it. Also Padauk on the sides, but this one has a hummingbird rosette. By myself here. I'm going to try and pull this up and in, let it refocus so maybe you can see the hummingbird. I don't know how this is going to come out until I view the videotape. Okay, we'll just hear how this one sounds. resonating between notes. This one has absolutely no rosin on the strings. The other two I tuned up last night and ran through them. This one I tuned up for the first time this morning. Okay, now let's just go C to G. Now we're going to go back to the wrap string. Here again, C to G. Now we're going to go to the higher octave, G to G, and then we'll go back to a steel string after this to compare. Now we'll go to steel. We'll try the Celtic knot this time. G to G, same thing. Okay, the difference between the two is all in how you play it. Yeah, I'll give you a short bowing technique lesson here. First of all, you want to hold the bow slightly off center. You don't want to hold it out at the end like a violinist would do, because if you do that, it gets front heavy. Now you don't have as much control and you have a tendency to bounce. I like to have the people hold it just slightly off center. And when you draw the bow across the string, you want to try and bow as perpendicular as possible, not at an angle, this way or this way, but at a 90-degree angle straight across or perpendicular. You'll notice I tilt my bow forward. You do not have to do that. That's just my style, my wife's style. Most people, we ask them just hold it straight up and down and play. But we tip it forward. It's just what we're used to doing. Also, I won't bore you with the reason I stagger these. You've seen that on my documentary. But I do tell people this. When you bow, you want to bow. This is your C note here. Anywhere in here is your C note. But go right against the D peg. D peg right here. Even though this is a C, rub right against it. And all of those do the same thing. Your best sound is down in here versus a little higher up. It's a little harsher, brighter. You get a better sound down here. On all these notes, yeah, that's your best sound.